Want to play Labyrnth but cannot afford a $450 core? Fear not, as you can play Altergeist, a cheaper deck but with benefits. This is Boy here with an Altergeist deck profile, so let's just get right into it. So to start off with our main monsters in the main deck, we play the triple Modifier, triple Marionetta, triple Maryseek, one Silk, and a triple Nib. For the spell cards, triple Extrav. I don't like playing this card, but I don't have Prosperity, which is the problem. If you have Prosperity, play Prosperity over Extravagance, because Extravagance is not to say bad in this deck. It's just that I would rather know what cards I want to banish for my extra deck than just mindly banishing the important cards from the extra deck instead. But I kinda am forced to run this. Could play Duality, but then there's other cards that will conflict with this, which I don't want to use. And then for our spicy card, triple Small World. As you can see with all the Altergeist monsters, the only thing they have in common is just spellcasters. Really, their attack and defense are completely different, or their attributes are completely the same, as well as their levels. So you can just bash one Marionetta, bash a Maryseek, and then you just get a Modifier. So you basically have six ways right here to get 9 ways of Modifier, pretty much. And what's cool about Small World is that you can just use Nib as Small World material. So you can just bash. Okay, so one way is to bash Nib from hand, bash Marionetta, then you can search out Modifier. Or you can do the other way. Actually not the other way, but there is actually a really cool way with a. Actually, I'll show you right now a really cool reaction, because I'm in the side deck. I'm playing the triple Lava Golem. Since the only difference between Nib and Lava Golem is a 3000 attack point difference, you can just search Lava Golem just from banishing Nib with the help of Altergeist Marionetta. So yeah, there's a lot of cool tech choices with Small World, and I believe Small World is one of the greatest cards to ever be printed in my opinion, because I'm playing Small World in Draco Slayers, Variants, and even a bunch of other decks as well. So try to play Small World, and also if you get ashed with this, it doesn't matter because it doesn't have any cost with it. You should just play it. It's Small World is just an amazing card that every deck should try and at least play. So yeah, that's basically it for the 6 spell cards. So we're going to the trap cards quickly, because that's the main highlight of this deck. So I played the triple Evenly, triple Imperm. To say that's obvious because you want to activate your Modifier, triple Skill Drain. Just the reason why you want to play triple Skill Drain is because of Protocol, because then you can activate your Altergeist cards without needing to worry about Skill Drains on effect, because Altergeist cards cannot be negated, and that's pretty much it. They just can't be negated. So having Skill Drain and Protocol in the field is pretty much the common combo with playing Altergeist. Is just having these 2 cards in the field, and then you just spam all your Altergeist cards. It's very good against a lot of decks because they just can't do anything. They can't use monster effects, and even if they use monster effects, like for example using access code to banish itself to pop Skill Drain, you could just have Protocol to use his effect to negate it anyways. So it's a win-win either way. It's pretty much an unstoppable force to be reckoned with. And also, it might also help with the Rabbit matchup sometimes, because for some reason because the only problem with this deck is sometimes fighting against Labyrnth. Yes, because since this deck is kind of like a budget version of Labyrnth, you have to play cards to outplay it. Although pretty much this whole except for the monsters, everything else is pretty much what you expect in a Labyrnth deck. So for some reason they're playing Skill Drains, which I guess I can see the reason why, However, that will take away their protection, which for the newest Labyrnth monster, which so they can be affected by monster effects, because the assumption that monsters in the field won't be able to respond. However, Altergeist can just simply bounce the card to the hand and keep on going with their plays. So yeah, and even if oh yeah, Lady of the Labyrinth, one of them, you can just use protocol to negate them. So yeah, pretty interesting interactions with these cards. I played the 2 spoofing. I want to play more floodgates, so I'm just going to keep this at a 2. And also you have the small world stuff, so you have 9 ways to access money fakers. So that you're always good on having searchers. So yeah, manifestation, just recall the haunted, nothing much there. And then we play like the last few cards, which is double debarrier, double compulse, double terror, and double trap trick. That's basically it for the traps. And that's it for the main deck for this. I'll go on with the extra deck quite quickly. 1 Calibo, 1 Artemis, 1 Relinquish Anima, all for Mary Seek. And then the 1 Mingalibo, I want to play 2, but I don't have another copy of this. But you should play another copy of this just for Ibri. But then this deck doesn't really care because the whole extra deck is just link summoning, so I won't worry about that as much. As well as if you have skill drain set on the field, you can just activate the skill drain and then you can still link summon anyway, so yeah, no difference. Then continuing on, I played a 1 Dark Kidogwa. I keep telling myself to cut this out, but then Copian strikes in and thinking that I will always use his effect at some point, which I haven't in like 2 years of playing Altergeist. Or if I came once in a lifetime. But I don't know. You can use this effect to special summon something from the graveyard like Groom, but with attacking. But Groom's much better. Could put it in Dark instead. And then you can go into Selene later, because it's a spellcaster, and you can just use any monster to link summon. And then we just end off the triple Hexia, because Hexia is the best card in the extra deck, alongside with your Link Galibo. And then to quickly finish up with the Link 3s and the Link 4s, double Selene, because I would like to play 1 instead, but I'm playing Extravagance, so I kind of want to have at least 1 Selene in the extra deck sometimes, so kind of have to play these 2. Would rather play Unicorn, because Unicorn can get rid of some nasty cards I don't want to have on the field, and yeah. Memorgant and Prism Beam. I was trying to think of how to remove the Labyrinth boss monster sometimes, because how often I probably am going to face this deck from now on. You have to beat over it. Even if you have Skill Drain active and have Silk Effect to bounce it, that will just summon it back with any trap cards they have. So the best way is just to beat over it. Memorgant will beat over it. Prisma Beam, not so much, but you can get another Silk from it, so I guess that works. However, the 2 cards that I'll probably use the most would be Savage Boros Dragon, not Savage, and the Access Code Talker, because big attack, Avamax counter, although Skill Drain really just carries this whole deck, really. But I would rather have these 2 to be safe than sorry. So yeah, that's it for the extra deck. Let's just get on the side deck quite quickly. So as you saw from earlier, I played the triple Lava Golem for the side deck. Triple Ash. This can be used for 2 ways. 1, it gets branded because Branded Fusion auto loses to this, as well as being a small world target for whatever cards there is. Like for example, if you use Ash, you can then banish your Naughty Faker, and then after that, probably Mary Seek. So yeah, like I said, Small World is such a broken card, and should be used a lot more in a lot of decks. Continuing on, we will go on the last 2 monsters. Ghost Sister. So I wanted a way to go. This is obviously for time and can be used to the search for by small world. There's a lot of ways you can search this out. Basically, have one Altergeist, then banish your Melisik, then just get out your Dogwood. Simple. And then the last monster is Quinquilary. Always use this card for control decks because for combo decks, usually they don't have many resources to gather once you set up a decent board. But control decks is complete opposite because they'll just keep recurring resources. For the long game, Quinquilary in the main deck will always be good against those decks. There will be certain instances that you won't need it, but who knows, it can come up. And also what's funny is that you can just small world with Quinquilary into Ash into Lava Golem if you kind of are stuck with small world stuff and are going second with Quinquilary, which that can happen sometimes because yeah, decks go blur. One spell in the side deck is just Harpies. Obviously use it when you know you're going to kill them, or you know they're just definitely run out of resources either way, or well, if you know you're going to make a big board and you just can't recover from it. So yeah, this is like the big win-win card, so use it at your own dispense. Triple Judgment for going first, and then we end off with the triple anti-spell effects. So I was just thinking here about if I should use Secret Villager spellcast classes set with Metaverse, but I just searched up that Cartesia is a spellcaster, so this is mainly against for branded, and one of the branded cards had to be a spellcaster, so it's definitely ineffective. So you have to play the anti-spell. I had to play the anti-spell Phalanx instead, just to be careful of the branded fusion to be activated. So yeah, it's rough, but it is that interesting branded. So yeah, that's it for this deck profile. So if you have anything to improve on this, let me know and your thoughts about this. So this is Bubba Nobury signing out. See y'all.